Imagine standing at a massive international airport, watching airplanes from every corner of the world take off and land one by one. Each aircraft carries a different logo, a different story, a different dream. Some airlines are global giants flying hundreds of planes across continents, while others operate just a few aircraft connecting small cities and remote islands. But have you ever stopped and wondered how many airlines actually exist in the entire world? Is it hundreds, thousands, or something even bigger? Today, we are diving deep into a fascinating question that aviation lovers rarely hear explained properly. This is not just a number. It is a story of history, competition, national pride, business strategy, and human connection. By the end of this video, you will clearly understand how many airlines operate worldwide, why the number keeps changing, how airlines are classified, and what this tells us about the future of global aviation. So buckle up, because this journey through the world of airlines is about to take off. To truly understand how many airlines exist in the world, we must first understand what an airline actually is. An airline is a company that provides air transport services for passengers or cargo, or both. Airlines may operate scheduled flights, charter flights, or specialized services such as cargo-only or regional operations. Some airlines are owned by governments, some are private corporations, and others operate as low-cost or hybrid business models. This wide variety is one of the main reasons why counting airlines is more complex than it sounds. As of recent global aviation data, there are approximately 5,000 to 5,500 airlines worldwide when we include all active airlines, large, small, passenger, cargo, charter, and regional operators. However, not all of these airlines fly internationally or are known to the public. In fact, only a small percentage of airlines operate long-haul international routes. The majority operate domestic or regional flights, often using small aircraft and serving limited markets. Out of these thousands of airlines, only around 1,200 to 1,300 airlines operate scheduled passenger flights. These are the airlines most people recognize. Names like American Airlines, British Airways, Emirates, Lufthansa, Qatar Airways, Singapore Airlines, and many more. These scheduled airlines publish flight timetables and sell tickets directly to passengers on a regular basis. The rest of the airlines fall into other important categories. Cargo airlines form a major part of global aviation, transporting goods instead of people. Companies like FedEx Express, UPS Airlines, DHL Aviation, and Cargolax play a crucial role in global trade and e-commerce. Without cargo airlines, modern supply chains would collapse. There are hundreds of dedicated cargo airlines worldwide, many of which operate at night and remain invisible to the average traveler. Another major category is charter airlines. These airlines do not operate regular schedules but instead fly on demand. Charter airlines are commonly used for tourism, pilgrimage travel, sports teams, military contracts, and emergency evacuations. Many leisure airlines in Europe and Asia started as charter operators before becoming scheduled airlines. Then we have regional airlines, which usually operate smaller aircraft such as turboprops or regional jets. These airlines connect smaller cities to major hubs, feeding passengers into larger airline networks. Without regional airlines, many small towns would have no air connectivity at all. Examples include SkyWest Airlines, Republic Airways, and many country-specific regional carriers. Now, let's look at the geographical distribution of airlines. The number of airlines varies greatly by region. North America has hundreds of airlines, but most passengers are carried by a few major players. The United States alone has over 100 active airlines, including major, low-cost, regional, and cargo operators. Europe also has a very high number of airlines, especially due to open aviation markets and low-cost carrier growth. Countries like the UK, Germany, France, and Ireland host dozens of airlines. Asia-Pacific is the fastest-growing aviation market in the world. Countries like China, India, Indonesia, and Vietnam have seen a rapid increase in the number of airlines over the last 2 decades. Many new low-cost carriers have entered the market to serve a growing middle class and rising travel demand. Africa, while having fewer airlines compared to other regions, still has over 200 registered airlines. Though many are small or face financial challenges, the Middle East, despite having fewer airlines numerically, is home to some of the world's most powerful and influential global carriers. One important thing to understand is that the number of airlines is constantly changing. Airlines are born, airlines merge, and airlines shut down every single year. Economic crisis, fuel prices, political instability, pandemics, and competition all influence airline survival. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, dozens of airlines around the world stopped operations permanently, while others emerged afterward to fill gaps in the market. Another factor that affects airline numbers is ownership and branding. Some airline groups operate multiple airlines under different brand names. For example, one airline group may own a full-service airline, a low-cost airline, and a regional airline, all counted separately. This increases the total number of airlines, but does not necessarily mean more competition in every market. Low-cost carriers deserve special attention when discussing airline numbers. Over the past 30 years, low-cost airlines have dramatically increased the total number of airlines worldwide. By offering cheaper fares and simpler services, they opened air travel to millions of people who had never flown before. Airlines like Ryanair, EasyJet, AirAsia, Indigo, and Southwest Airlines reshaped the industry and inspired hundreds of similar airlines around the globe. Government policies also play a huge role. Some countries protect their national airlines, limiting competition, while others encourage open skies and new airline startups. This explains why some regions have many airlines, while others have very few. In some countries, starting an airline is relatively easy. In others, it is extremely difficult due to regulations, costs, and political factors. Technology has also influenced airline numbers. Modern aircraft are more fuel-efficient and reliable, allowing smaller airlines to operate profitably on routes that were once impossible. Digital booking systems, online marketing, and global distribution systems have reduced barriers to entry, enabling new airlines to reach customers more easily than ever before. However, despite the high number of airlines, the majority of global air traffic is controlled by a small group of major airlines. The top 100 airlines carry most of the world's passengers. This shows that while thousands of airlines exist, aviation power is highly concentrated. Another interesting point is that not all airlines are visible to passengers. Some airlines operate wet leases, meaning they fly aircraft on behalf of other airlines. Others operate seasonal flights or government contracts. These airlines may exist legally but remain unknown to the public. So when someone asks, how many airlines are there in the world? The most accurate answer is, it depends on how you count them. Understanding this helps us appreciate the complexity of global aviation. Airlines are not just companies, they are economic engines, national symbols, technological achievements, and connectors of humanity. Every airline, no matter how small, plays a role in keeping the world connected. So the next time you look up at the sky and see an airplane crossing above you, remember TIs. It represents one of thousands of airlines working every day to move people, goods, cultures, and dreams across the planet. From massive global carriers to small regional operators, each airline is a piece of a much larger puzzle that keeps our world moving. The number of airlines will continue to rise and fall, shaped by innovation, challenges, and human ambition. Aviation is not just about flying, it is about connection. And as long as people want to explore, trade, and discover, airlines will always remain at the heart of our global journey. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of airlines, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep your eyes on the skies, because the story of aviation is far from over.